There's once a man that lived in the town of Sokolov. It's near Poland. And this man was known throughout the town because he had the worst job there. He was a water carrier, making very little money. Also in this town was a great tzaddik. He was called as the Sokolover, and he was the great-grandson of the Kotsker Rabbi. Now, it was known that the Sokolover went to this town because he was looking for this great light. And one day, when he went to shul, he was davening at the back of the shul. He was by the water heater, and he saw a man that had this light. So he went up to him and he says, "Excuse me, sir, who are you?" "Me, I'm Yankele, I'm the water carrier." And the Sokolover couldn't understand why Yankele, the water carrier, possessed such a great light. So he spent the next few days contemplating this idea. And one night, when he went on a walk, he was by the outskirts of the town, and he saw this house, or this hut more so, with this great light emanating out of it. So he went over, and sure enough, this was Yankele's house. And he saw a whole party going on there. So he asked the people, "What's going on here? Why a great party?" And they said, "I don't know. Yankele invited us over. He said there'd be cake, drinks, come enjoy." And so we came. And so the Sokolover goes over to Yankele and says, "Yankele, what's with this party? What's going on here?" And Yankele says, "Look, I'm happy you asked. No one's asked me about it, but if you want to know, I'll tell you. As you know, I have many daughters, and some of them are getting to the age where it's time that they get married. But I make very little money, and so I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to pay for all the expenses. Now, it's time for slichas, which means that we have to get to shul very early because, we add in our prayers and we daven a lot more. But me, I like to bring water to the shul before people get there, so that when they get there, it's all warmed up and they can have coffee in the morning. However, sometimes I have to get up at 2:30, 3 in the morning just to do that. So one morning, it's 3 in the morning, I'm walking to shul with all the water, and I'm davening to Hashem. I'm saying, "Hashem, I need your help. I daven to you every day, I do my best, but I have no money. All I'm asking you is just 10,000 ruble. 10,000 ruble would be enough for me to make a nice wedding for my daughters. Please just help me out." And as I'm saying these words, I look down and find this envelope, and in the envelope, sure enough, was 10,000 ruble. And I was in shock, I was ecstatic. I ran to the shul, dropped off the water, and I ran home to tell my wife. I woke her up, I said, "You don't have to worry, we're rich. I got money, we're gonna be okay." She didn't understand what I was talking about. I told her, "Go back to sleep, I'll tell her later." Now, as I'm walking back to shul, I hear a lot of screaming and yelling. And I go over and see this big commotion outside of the house. And I said, "What's going on here?" They told me that Rivka who had lost her husband recently, the whole town had got together to put in money and to give her 10,000 ruble. And she lost the money. "Are you sure it's 10,000 ruble?" he asked. "Of course, for sure it is. We all put it together." Yankele turned around and started walking home. He said, "That's it, Hashem, I'm done with you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm not davening today. Forget this." And he went home and got in bed. And when he got home, his wife asked, "What are you doing? You haven't davened yet." He says, "I'm not davening today." She said, "What do you mean? No tefillin today?" He says, "No, I'm not davening. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want anything to do with him anymore." And so Yankele started trying to go to sleep. But Hashem called out to him. He said, "Yankele, Yankele." He said, "Stop it. I told you I'm not talking to you." He said, "Yankele, that's fine. Don't talk to me. I just want to know, how could you go to sleep with $10,000 that belonged to Rivka right next to you?" He said, "I don't care, I'm not talking to you." He said, "I just want to know." So Hashem started speaking louder. What are you going to do? It's 10,000 ruble, they belong to Rivka. So Yankele looks at the Sokolover and he says, "What was I supposed to do?" So I got up, got dressed, and I went to Rivka's house and knocked on the door. When she answered, I gave her the envelope. I said, "Rivka, I found your money." You have no idea. Her eyes were red from crying, and now she was so overjoyed. She gave me a huge hug. What was I supposed to do? And the Sokolover looked at him and he said, "Yankele, I don't understand. Why are you throwing this party then?" So Yankele responded, "I'm throwing this party because that look on her face was more priceless, more meaningful than anything I had in my life. I was overjoyed to see that. And I'm throwing this party to just say thank you to Hashem for making me a Jew. For just keeping me true to who I am. I'm a good person. I do good things. And I'm happy that I got to give that money back. It was the most priceless moment in my life." So sometimes success is defined by different things. And the way the Torah defines success is winning those little battles when you're laying up late at night in bed, deciding whether you should go back and do the right thing.